Hey everyone, this is John from UNLV Telecom with another tutorial video. In this video I will demonstrate sending a fax using the UNLV eFax application. In order to use the eFax application, you will need to be on a UNLV network. So that means you either need to be on campus or connected to your UNLV VPN. Alright, let's get started. This video assumes that you are already familiar with logging into eFax. If you're not, please watch my login and initial setup video. This is a fairly long video, so for those viewers that just want the basics, here is a quick demonstration of sending a fax. To start a new fax, click the Compose menu item. Add your recipient name and fax number, and then click the Add to Recipients button. Add subject and memo text. Click the Upload button and select the file you want to fax. And then click the Send button. Throughout this video I use the keyboard and mouse for navigation, but if you prefer using the keyboard only, the web application is compatible with that too. To start a new message, click Compose in the left menu. You will notice that if you click the drop-down arrow to the right of the Compose, you get the option of starting a new fax or one from a template. We are going to be covering templates later, but for now we're going to create a new fax. On the Compose fax screen, you can manually add the number you're going to send this fax to. The recipient's fax number should be formatted to meet standard UNLV dialing habits. This means 5-digit on-campus dialing, 10-digit local dialing, and 11-digit long-distance dialing. On-campus extensions start with a 4 or a 5 and are 5 digits. For example, if you are sending a fax to Telecom, you would enter 50594 for the fax number. Local numbers are ones with the area code 702 and 725. For these calls, you should type in something like 702-555-1234. For long-distance calls, you need to add a 1 before the area code. An example of this is 1-775-555-1234. We also still support adding an 8 as an exit code before local and long-distance numbers, but it is not required. You can also manually add the name of your fax recipient on this screen. After the recipient's information has been added, the last step is to click the Add to Recipients button. The newly added recipient now shows in the total recipients area. The second method of adding a fax recipient is by using your contact phone books. If you need information on how to manage your contacts, please watch my eFax video that covers that subject. To add a recipient from your contacts, click the Contacts button. Contacts and contact groups from your phone books, as well as recent fax recipients, are available in this window. You can search for a contact by selecting the appropriate phone book and then typing a relevant search into the Search My Contacts field. Mouse over to highlight the contact you want to add, and then select it with a mouse click. When a contact or group is selected, the checkbox to the left of the contact will be checked and the contact name will be added to the Selected Recipients section. You can add multiple recipients in this manner if needed. Click the Add button when you're done. Back on the Compose fax page, your recipient has been added in the Total Recipients section. You can remove any of these recipients by clicking the X to the right of the recipient. The next few sections of this video deal with Coversheet information. The Coversheet will be required for most users because of the General Counsel approved disclaimer at the bottom. You can view the default campus Coversheet by clicking the Quick View button. The default cover sheet has a sender information section, a subject section, and a memo text area for a longer description. Click away from the quick view image to bring back the Compose fax page. To add text to the subject and memo cover sheet fields, enter text in the corresponding areas. Subject is not a required field, but memo is. If you have more than one cover sheet available to you, you can choose the cover sheet for this fax by clicking the down arrow in the cover sheet area, and then clicking on the desired cover sheet. We're going to skip over the Schedule and Priority section for just a second and look at the Sender Information section. The Sender Information section allows you to manipulate the information that is added to the Sender section of the cover page. Watch my eFax login and initial setup video to see how to configure your default sender information. Even if you have your default sender information configured, you can still edit the information before sending a fax. If you don't have the default sender information configured, the eFax application will attempt to pull relevant data like email and phone number from on-campus personnel systems. In the Schedule and Priority section, you can decide when your fax should be sent and its priority compared to other faxes sent out at the same time. If you select as soon as possible, the fax is sent out as soon as you click Send. Selecting Off-Peak will send your fax after normal business hours, and Delay lets you pick the date and time to send the fax. Most users will have the option of setting normal or low priority. Priority will only factor in when there are multiple faxes in queue waiting to be sent. The last thing to do is to add the file that you want to fax. You do that by clicking the Upload button in the Attachments section. This will open up a window where you select the file that you want to send. The file types you can send are limited to PDF, text, image, and normal Microsoft Office file types. After the file has been added, click the Send button. You can look at the status of the fax you just sent by going to the Sent folder of either your department or personal inbox, depending on your setup. For a successful fax, the status will change from Pending Ready to Pending Active to OK. If your fax fails, by default, the system will attempt to send the fax 3 more times at 10-minute intervals. After the first failure, the fax is put into the Pending Ready state. While it is in this state, you can highlight the fax and click the Modify Wrench icon to open the Modify Pending Fax pop-up. On the Modify Pending Fax pop-up, you can edit the fax number, schedule, and priority. Be sure to click Update if you made any changes. If the fax fails after the final attempt, the fax status shows Failed. To see why the fax failed, highlight the fax, and on the right-hand side, select Details. The Transmit Status section shows the reason for the failure. By highlighting the failed fax and selecting the 3 dots More icon, you have the ability to resend the failed fax. When you select Retry Failed, the Retry Failed Fax pop-up allows you to edit the fax number, schedule, and priority before you click Retry to retry sending the failed fax. When you select Resubmit as New, you can choose to edit the fax or submit it as it is. If you select Edit, the Compose Fax page is loaded with the failed fax's information. You can edit information as needed and then click Send. The eFax application is also set up to email you from efax.unlv.edu after a sent fax either succeeds or fails. The eFax confirmation email identifies the name and number of the fax recipient, the subject, the fax sender, the fax status, the timestamp, the number of pages sent, and the name of the attachment. The eFax failure email has much of the same information and also includes the failure reason. Earlier I mentioned templates. Templates can save time when you send faxes with similar formats. They allow you to create a fax that includes pre-populated information. To create a template, start by clicking Compose in the left menu. Enter the information you want templated. This can include subject and memo text, selected cover page, customized sender information, and attachments. When you are finished, click the Save As button and select Template. In the pop-up window, enter a name and a description for the template and click Save. Now, when you want to create a fax using this template, select the drop-down arrow just to the right of the Compose menu item and choose From Template. In the pop-up window, click the template that you want to use and click the Select button. Your templated fax is now shown in the application. You just need to add recipients and any new attachments. And then click the Send button. To edit your templates, click on the user icon in the top left and select Templates. When the Templates screen loads, highlight the template you want to edit and select the Edit pencil icon. Make your desired changes, and then click Save Template to overwrite the template, or Save As to create a new template. In the future, if you need a refresher on any of the items covered in this video, be sure to make use of the interactive table of contents in the video description. There you will find links to the different items covered in the video, so that you can skip to the information you need. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has been informative. If you have any questions about eFax, please contact the UNLV Telecom Help Desk.